Yippee! So we made it to day 13. Yay! Is it an auspicious day 13? It's not Friday, so that's all good. It's Monday, the 13th of November. So we are making really good headway with our 30-day yoga challenge. Again, let me know in the comments how you're feeling about doing it all. Today we are going to do a bit of chair yoga. So obviously what is required for our practice today is a chair. So maybe pause the video, go grab yourself a chair. If you don't have a chair, just find any kind of ledge. Sofa, you could do on a sofa. Yeah, we just want our feet firmly on the ground and our bums on a seat. So we'll make it straight there. So again, starting off our practice with grounding into our body. Oh, we might also very possibly definitely do need a strap. So a strap, if you don't have a strap, grab a scarf or a blanket, anything that's not too heavy and just give you a bit more maneuverability with your arms. So you don't necessarily need one, but it's always there to have it. I think my yoga teacher always says it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So placing that near to us, sat on our chair, we're still going to make sure we've got that beautiful Tadasana alignment, so from the base of the spine all the way from the crown to the crown of the head, closing our eyes. Imagine that spine with its natural curvature, all vertebrae stacked one on top of the other, reaching us up through to the sky. Going to make sure our feet are firmly grounded on the floor. You can't see my floor here, but mine are. If you have lovely little legs and they don't quite make it to the floor, then just grab something to put your feet on, some blocks or a box or anything like that, just so you can feel firmly grounded. We're going to place our hands onto the top of our thighs. You can either have them palms facing down if you feel like you need the element of grounding, or alternatively, if you fancy just opening up to that idea of enlightenment and that upper consciousness, maybe turning the palms to face upwards. So again, yoga is all about making your own choices and what suits your body today. So picking whichever choice suits your body today. And then only if it feels comfortable, closing the eyes. If not, just gazing down to a point slightly in front of you. We're just going to tune into our breath. Maybe just use this as a bit of a reflection on how you think your practice is going. Maybe noticing if there's been any shifts in the body, maybe in the mind. Maybe seeing if you've been reacting to situations slightly differently than you had prior to doing this challenge. And if it feels okay for you, just offering up a moment of gratitude. Again, gratitude for making it to your mat today, or in this case to the chair. Gratitude that you've had the ability to carry on with the practice, even if it's not been consecutive days. The fact that you made it to day 13 is a great achievement. Tuning into the breath finally. Noticing the inhales and the exhales, how they move the body. And then when you're ready, we're just going to drop the chin towards the chest, blinking the eyes open to a point in front before returning our gaze into the room. So start warming up the body. And just because we're sat in the chair doesn't mean it's not active, it's just nice to do something a bit different every now and again. Makes it all fresh, doesn't it? So bring the hands at either side. Inhale and sweep the arms up and overhead, as we do with our standing practice or sitting practices, guided by our breath. So exhale and we float them all the way back down again. So inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead, fingertips or palms are touch to the top. And exhale, sweeping them all the way back down. Again, letting the breath be our guide. And the next time the arms come up, we're just going to keep them up there in our seated version of Urdhva Hastasana, upward worship pose. So you may want to bring the fingertips to touch at the top, or maybe the palms too, and send the gaze up towards those hands, just opening through both side bodies. And on the exhale, we're going to draw those hands down the midline of the body. Pause at the heart center. Take a moment to set ourselves our intention for our practice, or for the day, the week, the month ahead. And when you're ready, dropping the hands down onto the thighs, so the tops of the hands placing up to the ceiling, palms placed on the thighs. We're going to go through our cat and cow sequence now, just in our seated position. So the inhale, we send our chest forward, our neck and our head and our gaze up, sending our tailbone back. And the exhale, drawing the chin towards the chest, pulling that belly button in towards the spine, and tucking the tailbone under, coming to our cat. So inhale, tailbone goes out, we rock the chest, the neck and the head forward, sending our gaze up. And then exhale, chin in towards chest, belly button pulled in towards the spine, and tucking that tailbone under. So just moving between the two poses. This gentle mobilization of the spine, of the back muscles. And again, when we allow the breath to guide us, it becomes a bit of a moving meditation. Probably notice I've got my eyes closed, so I feel safe. I know I'm not going to wobble. And it's just a really nice way to bring the focus inwards. So we're going to do one more round. The next time you come to the inhale, we're just going to bring our torso back into a nice upright position. Bring the hands down by the sides once more. We're going to do a small gentle twist for the spine. So inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Fingertips or palms to touch to the top. And the exhale, we're going to bring the right hand down on top of the left thigh. And we're just going to sweep that left arm down behind. Depending on what chair you've got, you might want to go over the back of the chair. Or if you're on a stool, just bring it down to the side. Just working whichever chair you've got, you want to make sure that both your feet are firmly grounded. I just noticed I slightly lifted them, so I've repositioned them. Inhale, we lengthen. And exhale, twisting ever so gently over to that left side. And your choice of gaze, you can keep your gaze neutral. You can send your chin over towards that left shoulder. Bring your gaze to the wall behind. With the next inhale, we're going to sweep the arms back up to centre. Bring the fingertips or palms to touch to the top. And then the exhale, we're going to sweep them the other way. So bring the left hand down onto the right thigh and bring that right hand out behind. Again, where the right hand is placed will depend on what chair you're sitting on. All we're doing is just doing a gentle twist for that spine over to our right side. So making sure the shoulders are dropped down away from our ears. We can always use the inhale to imagine lengthening, and the exhale is the rotating over towards that right side. So getting to a point where it's a nice stretch. And then picking your choice of gaze, either nice and neutral, or chin over towards that right shoulder, sending your gaze over that right shoulder. With the next inhale, I'm going to sweep the arms up and overhead, fingertips or palms to touch at the top, and exhale, hands come down the midline of the body, pausing at that heart centre and releasing them all the way back down. You might want to shuffle maybe to a bit more to the front of the chair, this time just to open up the space at the back of the chair. Making sure that your strap is on hand as well. We're going to just do some nice shoulder openers now, some nice shoulder stretches, which is really good if you've been sitting in front of a computer all day. So when you're ready, inhale to sweep the arm, both arms up towards the sky, palms facing one another, keeping the hands shoulder distance apart. Inhale here, stretching those fingers all the way up to the sky, Drop those shoulders down away from the ears. On the exhale, we're going to bend that left elbow and bring the left hand down towards the middle part of our back. You probably remember doing this in PE when you were younger. Then using that right hand just to gently touch that left elbow and help guide that left elbow towards the back of the room. Remembering that yoga shouldn't involve any pain, so it should just feel like a nice stretch. We want to make sure that our chin isn't tucked under like this. Seeing if we've still got room to keep our neck nice and neutral here. Importantly, we remember to breathe. Taking in another breath here. Then we exhale, we're going to float all the way, hands all the way back down. We're going to grab our strap with our left hand or your scarf and just make sure you've got it loose. You're grabbing one top half there. Bring the hands down by the side. Again with the inhale, we're going to lift that left arm up and overhead again. And same as we did last time, we're just going to bend the elbow and let that left hand come to the top middle part of our spine. So with the elbow pointing up towards the ceiling, and this time instead of bringing the right hand up and overhead, grab the elbow, we're going to sweep this right hand out behind, so the palm is facing the wall behind us. Then we're going to bend in at this elbow as well, and we're just going to see if we can grab the other side of the strap or the scarf. Like I said, there was the option of doing this which didn't involve a strap or a scarf, and that's just when you're trying to guide your hands to meet each other at the back. So it's a nice stretch to open up the shoulders. Again, remembering to breathe. It's that principle in yoga of ahimsa. No, we cause no pain. So just being kind to ourselves. It also brings us to the other, another niyama of yoga, which is santosha, which means contentment. So even if your hands do not meet, we're just going to be content in this present moment about how our bodies have made it this far. And like I always say, you don't win awards for whether your hands can touch behind your back or not. Just going to have one more breath. And then on the exhale, first dropping that right hand all the way down, slowly unwinding it. And then sweeping that left hand all the way back down. Maybe doing a few shoulder rugs here. So inhale, bring the shoulders up and back. And exhale, dropping them down and forward. Inhale, rolling them forward and up. And exhale, down and back. Still got that strap. I'm just going to lay that across my lap, making that available to me later. We're going to work the other side now. So inhale to sweep both right arm and left arm up towards the ceiling. Inhale to elongate through the spine, send those fingers up towards the ceiling. Then the exhale, we're going to bend that right elbow, bring the right hand down to the top part of the middle of our back. Option to stay here or use that left hand just to gently press down on that left elbow. Again, rather than forcing it, it's just guiding it. And just allowing that hand to guide it to where you feel a nice stretch. Remembering to breathe. Maybe feeling into the feet. Seeing if you can feel all four corners of each foot firmly rooted into the floor. One more breath here. Then on the next inhale, we're going to sweep both the hands back up to center, and exhale, float them all the way back down. Grabbing our scarf or our strap this time with our right hand, grabbing it towards the top, and we're going to do that lovely stretch on the other side now. So inhale to sweep that right hand up, complete with strap, all the way to the top. On the exhale, we're going to bend that right elbow, bring that right hand towards the middle of our upper back. Inhale, sweeping that left hand out behind us. We're going to spin so our left palm faces the wall behind before bending in at the elbow and seeing if we can allow that left hand to find that strap. Again, you can use the strap to work the hands closer towards one another. Maybe you don't need a strap at all. But just probably observing that we're different on this side to what we were on the other side. knowing that's absolutely fine and absolutely normal. Trying to find peace with that. Just remembering to breathe here. Taking in one more breath. And then on your next exhale, just allow both those hands to settle all the way down by the side. I'm going to put that strap to one side. And that, my lovelies, is the end of our practice for day 13. So I'll work my way closer back to you. And we'll finish off our practice as we always do with our 4 intentions. So placing one hand to the heart and one hand to the belly. We set our intention to have a joyful and energetic body. Bringing the bottom hand over the heart center, we set our intention to have a loving and compassionate heart. Bringing the hands out in front, fingertips and thumbs tip to touch, and really focusing in on our third eye center. We set our third intention to have a clear, reflective and alert mind. Finally, bringing the base of the hands to touch and opening just the 3 middle fingers, making this beautiful, glorious lotus bloom. We're going to start channeling into our body's energy field, a couple of inches around the body. As we set our final intentions together to have lightness in our being. Bringing the hands to that close prayer pose and drawing the prayer in towards the heart. We remember our intention one final time together. From my heart, guys, to yours, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Namaste. See you tomorrow.